right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and citations to the Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire in all truth, and in all sincerity. Shalom to the rest of the elect, the men who they believe but they can't prophesy, and the women and children who believe, or they can't. Man can't prophesy because they're disabled. They're too disabled from prophesying, which really wasn't in their lot to prophesy because they're not prophets. Also, the women and children who believe, and shalom. So yeah, shalom to all the elect. The elect is gonna come looking like the people on the 12 tribe chart, so-called black people, Latinos, and Native Americans. But they're also gonna come looking like looking like the other nations, all the other nations, because our people were scattered among all these other nations to the four corners of the earth. Our ancestors were scattered to the four corners of the earth. And yes, shalom to all the hopeful elect, and I'm gonna do a quick live on this topic. I was gonna do it last night, but I fell asleep. But now I got some time and I'm up. But I titled this live biblical proof that biblical proof that the elect are ETs, not of this world. And because I was meditating this subject after saw that post by that elder, like Gadite, from so-called Native American from Pennsylvania. I believe he's from Pennsylvania. And Shalom. His channel's name is Shalom Israel 144. It's all caps. That may have been his second channel or third channel. I'm not sure though. But if not, it's just Shalom Israel 144. And he posted a picture he took of a chariot, looked just like a pillar of fire, like off of Exodus. And and he said, these ain't what we say they are, the so-called UFOs, right? Then I don't know what they is, because it's pretty obvious. They are, well, we've been saying that they are. No, they're the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, damn, we're not. I'm thinking about how we're not in this world. Like, damn, and chariots just gonna scoop us up and they call them so-called UFOs and say that aliens, a little green man is in them and shit, in the movies and shit. And like damn, like we really not this world, like ET type shit. Like we not really of this, we not of this world, like, for real. And I got some scriptures and it's biblical proof to back it up that the elect are not of this world. They're ETs, so-called aliens, but not little green men or little gray men. That's just Hollywood. Let me get not of this world. get that scripture. John chapter 17. I'm going to get verse 14. I've given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Verse 15, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. We're in the world, but not of the world. But we are being preserved in this world. Verse 16, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. You know, even as Yahushua was not of the world, you know. And Yahushua, you know, so alien, I don't get what that means. A lot of these movies was about the angels and it was about, you know, the elect, Yahushua, angels and the elect mocking them. Because the elect is the elect, you know, were also angels as well. Angel just means messenger. Let me get the definition of the word alien though. Adjective belonging to a foreign country or a nation, noun, a foreigner, especially one who's not that. You know, they like to call, you know, Jake, especially Jake from other from outside of Babylon the Great, America. They like to call them aliens when they come here, and especially they don't have papers, like to call them legal aliens. Even though these devils were the original legal aliens to this place, therefore to the Americas. Foreign to everybody everywhere except the caves, really, except for the land of Edom, you know. But we're also, the elect are also aliens in a way, man, because we don't belong to this world, man. A hypothetical, you know, it's another definition. A hypothetical or fictional being from another world, you know, and you know, just cross out the hypothetical or fiction, you know, is a being from another world. Just leave it at that. And hey, you know, it's a reason why that the elect, you know, without that, the elect and the mindset of the elect, you know, doesn't, you know, the mindset of the mindset of the elect goes totally against the mindset of the rest of the world. You know, and it's because we're not of this world, man. Not we're in the world, we're in the world, but our spirits is not of this world. We're not of this current setup. Not of this current setup, like this current world. You know, this current hold on. The world theory, lexicon. Let me get that. Get that word. So I think it would be cosmos. Yep. They're not of the world, cosmos. A specific order, basically, is what it goes into. They're not of the world, not of the cosmos. World, universe, worldly affairs, habits of the world, adornment. Adornment. Cosmos, literally something ordered, probably an ordered system. You know, adornment, the world, worlds, adornment, ornament, decoration, adornment. So decoration and adornment is like okay, an happen, harmonious arrangement, constitution, and order. You know, this current world order. We're not we're not we don't fit into this current world order, you know. The new Esau's new world order is just like a update of this current world order. That's all it is. We're not of it. We're not of it, so we're not down with it. So, you know, we're in that way we're aliens, you know. In that way we're aliens. Which is why you know, they hate us, man. Which is why they hate us. You know, you gotta be that number and keeping that same mindset, stay in that same mindset, don't fall out. But the elect will endure unto the end. The world is not gonna be able to change, deceive these men, none of that. But just want to do a quick live on that. Don't much time. Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Mashiachs, false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible, it says that because not it's not possible, but you know they're gonna try their best. And also let me get this as well. I have reserved 7,000, reserved 7,000. Kings 19 and 18, yet have I left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which had not kissed him, like greeted him, show respect. Basically, that's what that goes into. But Baal would be bow, you know, submit, worship, obey, unconditionally. And Baal would be Baal is an image that's set up, it's an idol, it's a demon. And we're not today, you know, the image of the beast, we're not bowing to it. We're not obeying because, like the rest of the world is, we're not obeying the God of this world because we're not of this world. The God of this world hath blinded. 2 Corinthians 4 and 4. From whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, unless the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, whose image of power Yahweh should shine onto them. And the reason why, let's get this, I'm gonna get this right here. Reason why is so we're not, since we're not of this world, we don't love this world. As as commanded by as commanded in 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. All right, shalom, shalom, I'm back. Had a short interruption, but just like it was commanded, just like Yahweh Shem Yahushua commanded us, in 1 John 2 and 15, and the elect, they're gonna obey these commands because, if you love me, keep my commands, right? Keep my commandments. Let me get 1 John 2 and 15. Let me do this actually. Just so it's a little less background noise. 1 John 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. So that's the reason why, well, we don't relate to none. We don't relate to none of these things. Like the world is all about the lust of the flesh. Okay, adultery, that's about the lust of the flesh, walls of the eyes. Eating abominable foods because they may taste good. That's also the lust of the flesh. Also that. Stealing from your brother. Stealing, that's the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, maybe something you really want. You feel that you need. And lust of the eyes, gluttony, all that. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, getting high on, smoking weed, smoking cigs, smoking whatever you smoke. You're not supposed to smoke none of that. Lust of the flesh, goes into the lust of the flesh. Even you have these strange, lusts that some more people are giving into, such as homosexuality, which includes lesbianism. That's homosexuality as well. Even bisexuals are just homosexuals who also into the same opposite gender. That's homosexuality. Shameful lust, right? Lust of the flesh still, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of, which they was given unto, and the pride of life, just being proud of the shit you have, being proud, like if you're proud of material shit, like being proud of, and letting that pride blind you. Oh, I'm doing all right, so this devil gave me all this shit, you know. Well, I was able to make it in this Dell system, actually. I was able to make it in this Dell system, so it must not be a bad system. You know, and you're too proud to really look into the truth. You're really too proud of me. You're wrong about it. And that the system, you know, system, and that all that shit, you know, is temporary. You know, even the money you pay, they pay you as debt notes, and it's being devalued. But your pride may prevent you from seeing that. Your pride would prevent you from seeing that because you're just because gift destroy the heart, man. But that's what the people who love this world, love this current setup, right? Love this world order, this cosmos, is to understand it. You know, they will have that. You know, also being proud, just being all this, like no one can judge me. Only the Most High can judge me. That's early out of pride, man. I can live my life how I want, do as thou will. Pride, pride. I don't have to answer to nobody. Pride. You know, especially my own brother, my own sister, or my own brother. You know, I don't really, because all that's targeted towards Israelite men. Pride, you know, the pride of life, homosexual pride. You know, marches is literally called the Pride Movement. You know, the slut walk, pride to be a slut. Not of the Father, but is of the world. And we don't relate to none of that because we're not of this world. So we don't have to love this world. The world loveth its own, right? And that love, the world loveth its own. And people of the world love the world. All right, Shalom, I'm back. You know, slack you for the interruption. You know, try to keep those at a minimum. Verse 17 says this is gonna be a short live as short as possible. Let me get verse 17. And the world passeth away. The world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that will do it the will of power, Yahweh abideth forever. You know, the world passeth away, you know, this current setup. Talking about this current world order, you know, under Esau, Edom, you know, passeth away. And the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of power Yahweh abideth forever, you know, meaning the elect are going to do his will, you know, because, shit, hold up. If you love me, keep my commandments. KJV. John 4:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. Yeah, Yahushua told us that, said, if you love me, keep my commandments. And that's what the elect is going to do. That's what the elect is going to do. You know, the elect is going to obey the commandments of Yahushua, which are really commandments of the Most High Yahweh, because he came here to do his Father's will. Let me get we would be no, because okay, it's either obey his commandments, no worship Yahushua, you worship Yahushua, but, you know, he came to do the will of his Father, you know, so he's the intercessor. He's the intercessor. You know, came to do the will of the Most High Yahweh. We do worship Yahushua. We worship Yahweh in the name of his Son Yahushua. You know, he's that intercessor, that high priest from the order of Melchizedek. But yeah, you know, those that don't keep the will of that don't do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I would say on the right hand side, you know, doing it knowingly, you know, willingly, like doing it willingly and knowingly, you know, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, you know, because Most High controls all, right? But those who willingly do his will, you know, willingly obey his commands, you know, they're and continue to do so to the best of their ability. And you know, this whole book, the volume of that, this whole book is the book of the law. So you know, also Yahushua's commands, which line right up with the OT commands. By the way, those who do and continue and do it to the best of their ability all the way until the end, you know, that's the elect. Those who, because the elect have the love of the Father, not the love of the world. But the people of the world, which, you know, 2/3 includes 2/3 of Israel, really speaking to 2/3 of Israel, because Esau, you know, of course, is going to be of his world. And the heathens, you know, they don't got the law, statutes, and commandments, so they're going to be of the world. Whoever runs the world, they're going to be of that world. And then, you know, but the 2/3, you know, they're Israelites, but they're only Israelites in the flesh, pretty much. You know, they're Israelites by blood and all that, but heathens in the mind. They are of their adopted father, the devil, who is Esau. They're of this world. They have the love of the world, in whom the God of this world has blinded. You know, who runs, and another version NLT say God of this age. And that's kind of a little also more accurate, you know, because it's a current era. You know, it's not forever. This setup is not forever. It's got a start date, you know. You know, the Renaissance, starting the Renaissance period, 1490s, talking about this world order, which was really speaking of, and ending. It's ending soon. It's ending soon. Signs are all there. You know, and that's like basically that little season that we're in, truly a little season. Let me bring this out. On whom the God of this world, God means power, had blinded the name of the minds, Salakia. I misspoke. my bad, had blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is in who is the image of power Yahweh, should shine unto them. The power of this world would be would be Satan, would be Satan simply means adversary. So you have the spiritual demon Satan, which was created to be an adversary, spiritual adversary, all the demons, the left-handed angels under him. You have which basically, Most High Yahweh controls both sides, and you have Esau, Edom, who serve these demons and who serve spiritual demons, saying, thinking that, they thinking that by serving Satan they can get around the Most High Yahweh, the actual wicked, Esau, Edom, them. They have power in this world, Esau, Edom. I'd say both. I'd say that. I'd say him. I'd say Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom, and his propaganda and his philosophies. They've blinded the minds of them which believe not. Those who love the world. That's the glorious light, because they are of the world. That's the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of power Yahweh should shine unto them. So they're in darkness, They're in darkness. They're blinded by a really spiritual demon Satan working through Esau. Really, they're the 2/3 that are not meant to be saved, not destined to be saved on this side. Because since they're of Esau's world, since they're of Esau's world, they since they're of Esau's world, they do they do Esau's bidding as well, and they're gonna be destroyed, with Esau's world, they a lot of them, 2/3, I'd say the majority, ones that survive Jacob's trouble and all that, it's because there's gonna be a lot of death. The ones that do, they're gonna bow down to, they're gonna cave under that pressure, and they're gonna cave under that pressure, to worship, to do the ultimate act, of worship to this beast system, the act that seals their fate, basically, the act that seals their fate, which would be taking that mark, that karag, that bite mark, man. A lot of those that took the bite, the venom shot, those from the serpent, who is Esau. They a lot of them, a lot of them is gonna take that the mark as well, man, because it's the same mindset there. A lot of them is gonna take it, if they don't. They're not last minute elect, they're gonna take it. And you have the few that's gonna resist carnally, not trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And those are gonna be put to death too, because you didn't trust him. They didn't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're using they prefer the blessing of Esau, the God of this world, over the blessing of over Jacob's blessing, of our ancestor Jacob's blessing. So in a way, they're also blinded. Let me get which is right why they don't really get targeted by Esau, because you know they're basically they're teaching their congregation to to use Esau's blessing when that's not their strength. A blessing is a strength. It's not their strength. It's like a right-handed person using their left hand to arm wrestle somebody with them that who's left-handed. It doesn't work out. But anyways, and just like we can't get their blessing, just like they can't get our blessing, we can't get theirs. But anyways, let me see if I proved the point already. The power of this world is blinding the minds of them. That's why they're gonna. Let me get this right here. The connect. And with all deceivableness, of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. Why? Because they have the love of the Father, that they might be saved. They didn't receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. The 2/3, we're destined to be the 2/3, man. The 1/3 is destined to be the 1/3. It's just gonna play out in different ways. These are the scripts, called the scripts, right? Scriptures, scripts, we call them scripts for short. And they're gonna play out. Verse 11, and for this cause power Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So for this cause, power Yahweh shall send them strong delusion. They're gonna be and you can already see the strong delusion, man. They already been in delusion, but even stronger one coming. The pandemic delusion. The pandemic delusion. It's gonna lead to program the people to believe in the charagma, man. I mean, to take the charagma. Yeah, believe in it and take it. Because here's how the people of the world is gonna fall for the okie doke, man. They've already failed before. But it's that mindset. So they're basically their minds are in the hands of Esau, the God of this world. And here's how he's shaping the minds of the people of this world, particularly the V'd up, the people of this world, man. Here's how he's shaping, like blame no. Okay, wait. From the get-go, man. From the get-go. There's this virus that's spreading around. It's fucking super virus. It can waft through walls and shit and doors, even, blowing through your window, everything. Like some cartoon shit, man. It can do all that, and it's killing everybody. We don't even got a cold no more because it took its place. We don't got a flu no more because it took its place. And so we need something to stop this virus. We need something to stop it. We need something something fast, And then they start talking about, we're whipping up a vax, we're whipping up a potion to stop this shit, whipping up a concoction to stop this shit. And the whole time, actually had it before they came out with the. Oh, we been had it. You know, there's an article. Been had the jab, man. When they lying, it say have for a while, man. You know, so they even that should raise eyebrows and a red flag. But for a lot of people, it didn't because you know they were spoon fed, chose to be spoon fed propaganda from the MSM, mainstream media, and that includes these fact checking sites, which you know they're all cashing in on it as well on this scamdemic. But they continue to. So then they start pushing out while they coming up with one. Oh, just put on these masks. Any mask will do. Put on these masks. As long as it cover your mouth and your nose, you're good, bro. And actually, no, yeah, you're good because I've worn bandanas and on places that require masks and they don't give a fuck. So any, even though, if there was actually such a dead, it doesn't even make sense because masks don't protect you. You know, they're not medically, authorized to protect you from actual viruses. You know, so yeah, that which was really just that social distancing, which was really the lockdown, the first one that came, which was really just really a satanic ritual when you look into it. You don't have to know you're participating in one to be participating in one. 6 feet apart, masks, all that. Persistent hand washing, social distancing, all isolation, all that satanic ritual to basically initiate the world, the cosmos, into the new world order, the updated version of this cosmos under these same devils, but with tighter control. The devils having tighter control. That's all, and more technological type control, which would mean tighter control. So just go with that. You know, being a spiritual slave of Esau, not just a physical slave. And that was all part of that. And then, so that happened until they start rolling out the V thing, man. They start rolling that out. And first they're talking about, oh, it's optional. Oh, since people was going to complain about the V thing being made mandatory. It's optional. We'll give out incentives. Matter of fact, oh, you do this, you'll get free hot dogs for a month or something, huh? Free hamburgers for a month. Free, not just food. Hey, you'll be allowed to get free stripper dances, lap dances for a night, etc. Man, just perks being thrown out there if you take it. So that was the carrot and stick method that they was using. And basically, really, the whole narrative that was being painted, was being created by these bullshit artists was that oh, we're gonna try optional first. We're gonna try optional first and see if it works. And then the next, so they tried that for a while, and then he had some places started to be like, nah, it ain't working. We're on their fourth wave by now because he was talking about first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and all these fucking variants is coming out. They were just fucking, which they straight up pulled out their ass because into your research you can't tell. They can't tell between the Delta and any other variant and the actual virus. Matter of fact, they can't tell between the 1984 edition Crown Royal virus, and well, it's like Crown Royal got the algorithms on here, got a duck and dodger, the Crown Royal, and the common cold or the flu, really the flu. Couldn't tell between that and the flu. The PCR test came out, and the CDC was basically like, "Oops, we've been using the wrong test." Yeah, right. And so this was all, to get people to get that, and then to get the juice, get their V thing, get their dose of V8. Not talking about the actual juice. Not talking about the type that's good for you. And now, and then they try the optional. Oh, nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it, so we got to step it up. And you had some countries do it, and then you had some facilities, some universities do it, and then, gradualism, right? That's what they do. Then you had states do it, and then also this problem reaction solution. This is actually they've used this pattern. They've used this strategy many times. But now they're using it with this, an invisible enemy, the pandemic. So then push the V thing. So then they start pushing mandatory for this. Now they're doing that mandatory V thing. You need to have proof that you got it for this and that. And they was talking about that for a while. We need to have proof that people take the V thing because no one want to take it. It's people that's gonna be like, nah, because even among people, because Esau has been exposed so much that even you have among people that's not in the truth, people that's not willing to take it. So, so you have levels to this. People that is totally brain defiled, people that is totally bought into the lie, hook, line, and sinker. They with it. They with it. They with this world order completely. And people that are half-assed with it, they don't. They woke to some of the lies of this devil, man. They're groggy, man. They're not totally awake, but they're kind of, sort of, but still not all the way there, man. These also include the people that call themselves woke. They're really groggy. But yeah, including the fact that you have certain Jakes don't want to take it because, the Tuskegee experiment, most famous of all the biological weapons experiments on our people, man. But there's many others. Smallpox blankets, another one. But there's many others that they've done. It's not even out publicized like that. So this knowledge of this devil's MO, just even knowledge like that, has kept a lot of people from taking it. The ingredients which the Biden administration will not fucking publicly release, but they've been leaked for a lot of these different brands of the juice. I call it the Jabba juice, Jabba the Hutt, because it's a play on words. The Jabba the Hutt juice, different brands that are coming out. Just play on words and Jabba the Hutt. You just watch Star Wars, man. You see why I call it the Jabba juice. But yeah, man. But they're using this, and they used the fact that it was FDA confirmed, but they used that to win a lot of people over. The FDA approval stamp, which was rushed through, by the way. Turns out when you look into it that the FDA people that have approved it, man, the bureaucrats that approved it, they're linked in with Big Pharma. I believe it was Pfizer, I believe, was linked in with them. So, they ran it through, man. They ran it through the FDA. And so that convinced a lot of people to, it's FDA approved. So now, what's your excuse? What's your excuse? Why won't you still take it? Come on, you holding us back. See? And then the blame put on the unV'd up. See, holding us back. And so now the mandates. So the carrot and stick approach didn't work like de Blasio talked about, So now just the stick prod you into doing it. Can't do this without the V thing. Can't do that. Shit, it's getting harder to live without it. Shit. Gonna lose my job. Shit. From shit, can't go into these restaurants. Can't go into these to these events. Minor inconveniences because you go to other places. From that, shit. From that type of shit, like disappointing shit, to more shit, like damn, I actually felt that one. Can't fucking go. You mean I can't get a yeah, I'm gonna lose my job unless I get it? You mean they're gonna do this too. They talked about it. They're gonna start cutting benefits for people. Man, you're gonna lose your benefits. The VA. Shit, can't get no VA benefits. And they're starting to fire people that in the military. Biden administration even talking about court-martialing military, court-martialing soldiers who don't take it. So they're tightening the grip. And the people that are in that are of the world, they're gonna fold. It's hard, just gonna take more of a push, but the elect is not gonna fold. U.S. troops could face a range of punishments, including administrative separation and court-martial. Yep, for refusing to get the JAB. Legal experts said Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin plans to get as President Joe Biden by mid-September. This is published way back August 12th. By mid-September for a waiver that would allow the Defense Department to make, and they did make it mandatory to make the JAB mandatory for U.S. troops, but service members could be required to be V'd up sooner than that if the FDA fully approves one of the three, and they did. This is an old article. One of the three brands of the J Dizzle, the V thing, within the next few weeks. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby noted on Tuesday that the FDA could fully approve the V thing made by Pfizer before mid-September. We have, quote unquote, we have every expectation that once the V the V8 Jabba juice juices are made mandatory, the troops are gonna do the right thing, quote unquote. And that's what they were saying back then, but there are a lot of them ain't fucking with it. Quote unquote. Kirby told reporters at the Pentagon news conference, quote unquote, but without speaking to the futures treated Certainly, like any lawful order, there could be administrative and disciplinary repercussions for failing to obey that order, quote unquote. Yeah, you know, a lot 82/3 that's in the military is gonna, you know, they're gonna fold. Wow, they're gonna fold, you know, because like I said, you know, some of them, you know, it's gonna take these hardcore measures, these draconian measures, to prod them into taking this shit, man. And they're gonna crack because they don't have the faith. But without speaking to the, you know, there's a risk of court martial there. The Defense Department will also make sure that service members who have reservations about getting um getting the thing are properly counseled, quote unquote, about the risk to their personal health and their unit's readiness that they would incur by not getting V'd up. Kirby said, quote unquote, commanders have a range of tools short of using the UCM, Uniform Code of Military Justice, available to them to try to help individuals make the right decisions, quote unquote, Kirby said. You know, read on. At the moment, it's unclear exactly what punishments troops could face. They refuse to get the shit because the military don't yet have a policy for mandatory for mandatory V8s. Said Anthony Kuhn, a managing partner at the Tully Rinke law firm. Quote unquote. This was way back in August, by the way, again. So by now, they punishment and probably gonna face more pressure, man. Thrown in prison, man. Y'all to sign up, you Jakes to sign up for the military, man. You're fucked up. Quote unquote, there's no, because now you're a government issue, you're a GI. You're even more of a slave than the rest of us. Which is why they got more control over you. Quote unquote, there's no directive yet that spells out what commanders have to do, quote unquote, said Kuhn, who's also chair of Tully Rinke's nationwide military law practice group, quote unquote. So at this point, it will come down to the discretion of the consumer. Yep. Commanders have several options for dealing with troops who refuse, the V8, including issuing them a letter of reprimand or taking other administrative action, using non-judicial punishment to push them to get the shit, referring troops into an administrative separation board for failure to obey an order, or even referring members to courts martial has happened in the past when troops refused to get the V thing for the anthrax. Said typically service members who face non-judicial punishment are not court-martialed for the same offense, John said, and Kuhn said, so my bad. In most but not all cases, service members can refuse non-judicial punishment and request a court-martial. Quote unquote. Then the command would have to determine whether or not they would want to court-martial the individual. Quote unquote, Kuhn said, but there's a lot of money and a lot of resources that are spent on a court-martial, so the commands are less likely to do that. Quote unquote, I would hope that these because first they're going to try to talk to you. Quote unquote, I would hope that these leaders are stronger leaders, instead of trying to make an example out of somebody, they would actually have some empathy and push the administrative response. But we know that's not always going to be the case, quote unquote. Quote unquote, you continue. Some people will be quote martial, quote unquote. I mean, they could get locked up. So this is the type of pressure that's going to be put on the people for not getting this shit. People that are of Esau's world, man. The people that are of Esau's world, that love this world, can't give it up. They're gonna fucking fold. Attorney Mark Zed represented several airmen, sailors, and Marines who were court-martialed for refusing to get V'd up for the anthrax. The Defense Department accused them of failing to obey a lawful order under Article 92 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Troops who refuse the V8 will likely also face courts-martial for the same defense, said Zed, who represents Task and Purpose in the Freedom of Information Act lawsuit to force the Navy to release emails to and from the USS Theodore Roosevelt's captain during last year's, so-called deadly outbreak of the 1984 above the aircraft carrier. All avenues of punishment will be available to the different services to include imprisonment and the ending of their military careers. So there's a lot of pressure. Hey, they said, unlike with the anthrax thingamajig, when in the midst of a pandemic, so I envision DOD would act swiftly and harshly with legal action against refusers, and that's scriptural, man. And the elect is gonna endure all that, but the 2/3 is gonna fold, man. Fold or get folded up because they don't have the protection. But let me get Revelation. Either way, they're gonna fold. Most of them are gonna fold though. Eventually, when it come down to the wire, man, get the the jab with a bullet, right, or the jab with a guillotine. A lot of them is gonna fucking give in, and more is starting to fold. But more starting to fight back too. More starting to fold, and more starting to fight back. So line is being drawn. Revelation 2:10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee eternal life. That's why they coming out with these draconian orders, man. And they got these troops. Ready, because that's gonna be what it takes to get the rest of the 2/3 to fold, as well as even a lot of their own people, and some heathens as well. But the elect is not going to fold even through that. And this V thing agenda, man, it also goes in. It leads right up to the bite mark agenda. Mandating the bite mark. If you got the bite, you need to show that mark. And that will go into proof that you got it. And it's gonna start off right now with the either digital, like an app, or like a slip of paper, but they're gonna be like, they're already saying too much that people was talking about this right here. Fake JAB certificates, man. Those, man. And there was a recent story that came out about people about this
individual that was selling them. And hey, when you look into it, they set that shit up just to justify. They'll do that. Esau will do that just to justify it, just so they can play into so they can actually just say that that's going on in the narrative, just so they can do that, just so they can justify more draconian measures, man. They would do that just for the sake of enforcing more draconian measures, tightening the grip even more, which leads to them mandating the mark, you know, Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius. Let me like brothers like to say, because again, hey, the algorithm on the tube will search for your videos, will search out videos that mention these things by their actual names or what they're actually called. So we gotta duck and dodge this shit. But it's getting harder too, leading to the famine of the word when the people of the world will no longer, get people of the cosmos, our people that love this cosmos, man. They're gonna have no way of basically there's gonna be no truth. There's gonna be no warning being sent out of what the the God of this world is deceiving them. They're just gonna be uh, basically sleepwalking, not knowing where they're actually going, just being led astray, man. Following the God of this world and his agents, his angels. Let me get shit, what was I gonna get? Oh yeah. This right here. Because this is leading to this right here. Even apps, fake cards, and even apps that are fake, which is even apps that are fake, man, and even or that are like not foolproof, and so they're gonna eventually be like, you know what, fuck it, and they've been developing this chip device, the RFID chip that can detect, so-called detect, the 1984 Crown Royal edition in your system, man. Can detect it, and also can basically has the jab in it and can like release it, timed releases. You have chips that can do that. You could just merge that, and you just have different. So they could say, "Oh, just get that, man. You'll be you'll be fully V'd up because it'll always be pumping it into your system, and it's a form of verification to RFID. Remember, it's a form of identification that could be used as verification that you have it, and also also it's can detect, it can detect when you have in your system, because you can still get it, right. It can so this chip can detect if you have it in your system and release the juice, So this is going to be their solution. Like, it's going to be different ways of introducing. Or you could get that, or we could just, hey, I brought it out. Dr. Evils, what the E stands for as well. Famous, I should say infamous, I'll say VA salad, man. It is, man. You eating a salad and eat a salad of what looks like lettuce, just regular lettuce, regular tomatoes, regular all that, but they're really geoengineered. They're really well, not geoengineered. They're bioengineered. They're really GMO'd to include that type of VA in it, along with the spike protein, along with them, with even the nanoparticles for the chip, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to you that way, and it just goes right where it needs to go, because you have chips that or even nanoparticles that have the ability to do that, move around like that. I wouldn't be surprised. They probably already developed it, man. And so you'll have all that. Just eat a salad. Esau's the devil, man. Drink, even include it in the juice. A literal juice, not just a euphemism. Even include that in there. Just man, hey, you could have your salad with chips, with chips in it. If you ate salad with chips in it, broke chips to come back together. This man is the damn devil. But you 2/3, you're gonna fold. You 2/3 are of his world, man. You love this world, you love this setup, this world order, and so you're gonna cave and you're gonna fall for it. That mindset is gonna lead to you either taking this shit or resisting it carnally, using the weapon, using the blessing of the God of this world, the sword, and getting folded up. Basically, it's going to lead to your death, either being numbered for the sword or numbered for the sword. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, unless you're the elect. Unless you're the elect, then you're not going to be condemned with the world. So the Most High, Yahweh, will give you the spirit to endure all these things, just so you can be preserved. Will give you the spirit. Most High, you could go through all these things all the way to death, and you still didn't fold, because the Most High, Yahweh, gave you such a strong spirit. Gave you such a strong spirit to endure all that. And then the actual death, that was like your deliverance, because you're going to be the first one beamed up. It could go down like that. But a 2/3 is not gonna have that type of faith, because really, they love this world, which is based off of carnality. It's not spiritual. And they're blind. It's based off of tangible shit. Shit that appeals to the senses. Temporary shit too. That's how they're already actually set up for that strong delusion. Their power, Yahweh is going to send them
that they should believe a lie. Verse 22, verse 12, that Second Thessalonians chapter 2, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, they will all be damned. That's how, they're going to be condemned with the world. Who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. That's 2/3 all day, man. The truth is actually boring to them. They don't take pleasure in the truth. They're not interested in it. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in unrighteousness. They're interested in wickedness. That's what they enjoy. See, with the elect, they're gonna have a mindset of they're gonna be interested in this truth, man. The elect is actually gonna be into this truth. The 2/3 is not gonna be into this truth. It's because the elect, they're of the world. I mean, it's like they're of the next world. The 2/3 are of this world, this current setup. And so, like, this setup is temporary. They're temporary. They're gonna be destroyed along with it. But the elect, who are not of this world, are not gonna be condemned with the world. Not gonna be not condemned with the world, which is why we are chastened. It's to get us right, even though it's not pleasant when it's happening. The end result, it's going to be worth it. 1 Corinthians 11:32, we are judged, we are chastened of Yahweh, that we should not be condemned with the world. And that's what it is. It's for our own good. Versus the 2/3, like their father, the devil, man, they're being really, they're under the curses and all that, of course, because, the Israelites, right? But, the 2/3 right now ain't catching it like the elect is catching it, because Most High Yahweh is trying to get us right. But the 2/3 are going to be catching it like that, even worse during Jacob's trouble, because the 2/3 are like the heathens. So the 2/3 are gonna get basically sworded, judged. They're gonna face the Most High's sword displeasure, which is not good. Which is it's not good, man. Not good. In Psalms verse that talks about get it. Psalm 6:1, O Yahweh, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Yeah, you don't want that. That's when you get destroyed. It's not for your improvement, it's for your destruction. Yo, Khan, right here. Oh, Yahweh, Psalm of David. That's our sentiment right here. That's how we feel. Oh, Yahweh, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Verse 2, have mercy upon me, O Yahweh, for I am weak. no week without him. Where Jacob is a worm. We don't got power in this world, man. No real cloud in this world. You 2/3 don't either, but y'all think you do. For I'm weak, oh Yahweh will heal me, from my bones are vexed. Yo, being afflicted. This place is a fucking affliction to us, but there's other afflictions that brothers go through, like even physical afflictions, even mental afflictions, which are, it's the demons afflict me. What it is. It's what it is. But it's it's part of that fire to purify us, like that fine gold. Fines like gold and like silver, not burn us up like chaff. Verse 3, my soul is also sore vexed, but how long, O Yahweh, how long? But thou, O Yahweh, how long? Yeah, because that's the sin. That's how we're like in this world, man. How long? How long till we get delivered? Verse 4, we want to go home. Like, ET phone home memes out there, right? We want to go home. Verse 4, return, O Yahweh, deliver my soul, O save me for thy mercy's sake. Yo. Verse 5, for in death there is no remembrance of thee, in the grave who shall give thee thanks, when you die, right? But also we're like, in the grave who shall give thee thanks, because the body's decomposing, soul is up in went to the most high Yahweh, man. The body goes to the ground, the soul goes up. Verse 6, I'm weary with my groaning all the night, make on my bed to swim, I'll water my couch with my tears. We sigh and cry, man, being in this place of captivity. Verse 7, my eye, which is this world, mine eyes is consumed because of grief, it waxeth old because all mine enemies, because the people, this world don't see it as captivity, man. The 2/3 don't see it as captivity. They don't know they're they're not aware of it, or they don't care. So it doesn't bother them. They have Stockholm syndrome. Verse 8, depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for Yahweh had heard the voice of my weeping. The workers of iniquity, Esau, first, number one, worker of iniquity, born a worker of iniquity, he's the wicked. When you have these heathens that take part in our oppression, make money, get rich off of our oppression, then you have the 2/3, which take part, because they are of their father the devil. John 8:44. They are of their father the devil. Esau, so they move like their adopted father. Verse 8, depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for Yahweh hath heard the voice of my weeping. Yeah. The prayers of the righteous, they're heard. Verse 9, Yahweh had heard my supplication, Yahweh will receive my prayer. Unlike the prayers of the wicked, the sinners, the wicked of our people, which is an abomination. Believe it or not, it's an abomination. Prayers of the righteous get heard. Verse 10, let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly, which is going to happen. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. 2/3, for example, they're going to be ashamed in this place, because this place is this place is collapsing, and it's not going to be able to support them. Let them be returned and ashamed suddenly. Yep, they're going to be ashamed even in the kingdom of trusting and oppression. I gotta get down to it. So is Egypt to everyone that trusts in them. in him, Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Isaiah 36:6, and that's Jacob today, man. That was a taunt back in the day because Hezekiah turned to Yahweh Shimei Shai. But Jacob was known to trust in Egypt. That was why the king of Assyria, Sennacherib, taunted, Jake back then with this. But Jake today trusts in Egypt, man. Isaiah 36:6, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, in Egypt, that's America's modern day Egypt, modern day Sodom, modern day Babylon, even modern day Assyria. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Okay, America, pause. America is basically all these wicked heathen empires that oppress their people rolled up into one. But let me continue. Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. And literally, it's going to be the case with you 2/3. With the bite and then the mark, the evidence you got pierced, man, which is going to be also this as well. You saw with the mask, and now you're seeing with the bite. Now you're seeing with the bite that like it's being mandated more and more, so you won't be able to buy or sell without it. Also the proof that you got it, man, the mark, which is gonna cause a lot of y'all to fold up, like a tortilla. Revelation 13:16 KJV. You're gonna take that charagma. Revelation 13:16. A lot of y'all. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Yep. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yep. He causes all, majority of the people, whenever he does this, majority is gonna fucking take it. And you better believe this shit is gonna be optional before. You better believe this shit is gonna be optional before. Oh, you could just get this. It's better. It works better. Just get the RFID that way, and then as it becomes more convenient for companies to require that, and states and governments to require that, rather than all this paperwork, rather than printing out cards, even designing a whole app, just connect to your phone that, you could lose your phone. And also that you lose your phone. It's better just to have, it's better just to have the chip, just in case you don't have your phone, which you were died, a charger. It's better just to have that mark on you. That's how it's going to be pushed. And then it's going to be mandated more and more. And you can see that happening quickly, man. Mandating it more and more until you won't be able to go without it in this system, in this cosmos, this world order. And then so those that love this world order, those that can't let go of it, that this current setup, because it's also referring to that cosmos, referred to a specific nation, specific world, just specific world in general. So this cosmos, which is not the cosmos. Cosmos is a word that means that cosmos that Yahweh Shimei Shai died of was an elect, which we're not of this world. We're a world within a world, even, man. The world of the elect. The world of the elect. You have the world of the elect. You have this current world, this current setup, this current age, era. Aeon, right? You have this current world, current setup. You have different cosmos, man. You have cosmos. An example that would be that. Example that would be just different, like the world of baseball. is a cosmos. An example would be the cosmos of baseball. That's what the word cosmos means. It's a specific world, not the world as a whole. Verse 7, so those that love this setup, this cosmos under Esau, that are not of the world that Yahushua died of, the cosmos that Yahushua died of. They're not a part of the world that Yahushua died of. The elect, they're gonna take they're gonna take the bite in the mark, or their shit, they get folded up either way, man. You're gonna have certain rebels that basically try to resist the economy. A lot of those is going to be folded up during the civil wars anyways, and the race wars. A lot of them is, they're purposely being orchestrated to draw these rebels in and to wipe them out. Which is why you have even certain events that are like honeypots that are used to either bait them in, like the Justice for J6 rally was one of them. Bait them in, those rebels among his own people, and also the confused speckled bird Israelites that look like Edomites. That was used to bait them in, but it failed. But they're probably gonna have another type of deal like that. They already did. They already had several. Even these sites, and they're like honeypots. These leaders that run these sites, these movements, these organizations, honeypots. They're controlled opposition. When they're controlled opposition leaders, they're running, Judas goats and shit. Sheepdog, you Judas goats. Gatekeepers, etc. Operation Zephyr is really when they're all going to be swept up, but it's going to be like I brought out in my past lives. I brought out about Operation Zephyr. I brought out the natural news article, which, really, if you look at it, goes into Operation Zephyr. These are just excuses to roll it out. They're going to say you have the 1984 edition. They're going to say you have measles, etc., man. And, we got to detain you. Come with us. They're gonna say these people have it, man. That's why we detain them. But really, and then the cause of death will be, of course, those diseases. They didn't take the shit. They died of those diseases when really they died because they were being put to death. And then with brought it out, man. How they gonna release this super merc and the people the people that took the V thing, hey, it's going to lead to their downfall because the V thing, you better hope you took the dud. The V thing, it will immunocompromise you so that you'll be susceptible to the super MERS because of how the V thing works. It trains your immune system to just resist one variant. So when the super MERS gets released, which they already have people here, Esau and the so-called self-proclaimed white man, Moab, so-called Chinese, are working together. They got people in here that's they're already set up to release it, that pestilence. So the pestilence, which is gonna take a lot of y'all out. Then there's going to be like cyber attacks, which the grid is connected. The grid is run digitally and all that now. So cyber attack is going to be taking out the grid in these different U.S. cities, which
That's mainly where the Israelites are, man. We're in captivity in Babylon, or either born here, immigrated here, and so during those time periods, they're gonna come in, as Operation Zephyr details, and come in and arrest the dissidents, the ones that they're just trying to resist carnally, not going to be protected. And that's when the elect's faith is going to be tested. And then you 2/3, and then the ones on y'all list just going to be fucking, basically they're gonna fold, take the chip, and then just a lot of them is going to be killed too, just because they'll need them. You're going to be trot. That goes into you being trodden underfoot, trodden under those that submit, that comply, trodden underfoot, and they that second Ezra 16 and 9 and 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. Yep. And then the ones that survive, that come out them concentration camps, basically inducted into the New World Order. You're gonna have that chip, be fucking slaves, man. You have that chip and be fucking slaves. Spiritual slaves as well, man. Just waiting to be destroyed by the nukes, or being deployed out there to World War III, which is going to happen next. Because once you're chipped, you try to evade the draft, you can't. They know where you're at. If you think about it, it makes perfect sense for Esau to do this. To want you to have an RFID tracking device in you. You can't live without. If you think about it, as they show you in that movie Implanted, the movie coming out called Implanted, they can fucking control the people that's implanted. So you just become a fucking drone of Esau, man. A fucking drone, man. It's 1:44 p.m. You become a fucking drone, just a fucking robot, a robot with human flesh, which is a cyborg. You'll become a part of the beast system, like literally, like how you have off of Star Wars, you have the Borg, right? Which they're a bunch of cybernetic creatures that are all connected. They're all connected. They're a part of one system, hive mind, right? Well, that's what Esau is setting up on the left-hand side. You have that on the right-hand side. You have that on the right-hand side with the elect. Where controlled, the elect is controlled by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. On the right-hand side, the Most High Yahweh, through the Most High Yahweh controls us through His Son Yahushai. Who gave us that comfort, that Rakal Kadash. Yahweh does be that number to be kept. Because if you're not out that number, you're gonna fall out. It's just gonna happen. But if you are that number, you're gonna be enduring to the end, because you was destined to endure to the end. You was destined to endure to the end. You're a part of the body of Hamashiach, which is also the bride of Hamashiach. The head, Hamashiach's the head. The head controls the body. The head, Hamashiach, controls the body of Hamashiach. Then you look at it, we're connected to Hamashiach Yahushai through his Rakal Kadash. He put the spirit of truth that he put in the elect, The elect is connected directly, So, you know, just like the elect is connected to the Most High Yahweh through Son Yahweh Shai and through the Rakah Kadash, you know, and there's a certain order, you know, and then even among the men, you have the apostles. It's a harmonious order for real. The apostles, then the elders, then the prophets, the regular prophets, the Akim brothers, then the 1/3 men, women, and children. You know, the women that you know some of the Akim have. You know, just the women in general being under the man, and then the children, and then the children. But you know, all part of all part of that body, man. All part of that body. You know, the elect being the prophets. You know, the active parts of that body. You know, the mobile parts of that body. You know, but you know, the women and children as well. You know, they're gonna that are the elect. They're gonna be saved. You know, as well. The men that can't prophesy, they're disabled too much. They're just friends of the prophets. That's their lot. They're going to be saved for being friends of the prophets. That's the elect. Those that are not of this world. No extraterrestrial. I don't get what extraterrestrial mean. Extra, you know, going into the whole point of this live, right? Extraterrestrial. Because I'd be doing that before. And you got to do that before you wrap it up. Just link it all up together. Link it all together. All it traces back to this. Of or from outside the earth or its atmosphere, you know, extraterrestrial. Also that, you know, because we are connected to Yahweh Shem Shai. We are connected to Yahweh Shem Shai, you know. Give me a sec.
But all right, I have to wrap it up soon and get to what I was. Okay, I was basically going into how basically how the elect, just like the elect, are interconnected, and we're connected to Yahweh Shem Shai, who Most High Yahweh, he's outside this world, but in the world, the earth is his footstool, right? But he's also everywhere. And then Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, who's currently outside this world, he resides with he's on the right hand side of the Most High Yahweh, and his angels, but we're interconnected with him through the Harokah Kadash, the Holy Spirit. The elect will be are interconnected. Will continue to actually have that connection. So we're connected with them through Yahweh Ratazah, but it's becoming more obvious who's the elect and who's not. And as time progresses, it's going to become even more obvious till the end, when it's going to be completely obvious. And then the angels, of course, in them so-called UFOs, of course, they're called extraterrestrial as well. Esau makes movies about them. Versus the terrestrial, the earthly, the carnal, man, focus on things on here, like the temporary shit, the setup that's on earth, particularly. The attached to the beast system. That's the people of this world. People that love this cosmos because they're of this cosmos, meaning Esau's cosmos. Esau's cosmos versus Yahweh Shem Yahushai cosmos. The world of the elect versus the world of Esau Edom. It's the war of the worlds, man. The war of the worlds, culminating in Yahushai's final victory, over this world, this cosmos, this setup, this order. Esau's not going to get his new world order. The world order that's coming next. He's not going to get his full new world order, but just a taste. The world that's coming next is the world of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's going to be set up. It's going to be set up. The kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is going to, be set up on earth, as an actual physical kingdom, an actual empire on earth that's going to last forever. The forever world, the temporary world versus the forever world, man. The carnal world versus the spiritual. They serve Esau who serves the spiritual demon Satan. The spiritual world control the carnal world, who serves who really, spiritual demon Satan. You look at Job. Job is an example of that. Even battle Ramoth Gilead, the process of getting a King Ahab to fight in that battle. An evil spirit was sent into the prophets, the false prophets, to prophesy lies to him, to get him to go over there. That was all ordained by the Most High Yahweh. That prophet, it was Micaiah probably. Well, no, not Micaiah, I mean Micah, or Micaiah. That prophet, he was the only one that didn't have that evil spirit on him. He actually revealed that that's what happened. And that was ordained as well. And just the evil spirit that tormented Saul, that's an evil spirit from Most High Yahweh. The Lord create good, he create evil. So ultimately they're controlled opposition. You know, the controlled opposition versus the legit, man. Most High Yahweh, Son Yahweh Shai, and the elect, you know, the true rulers of the universe versus the controlled opposition, which, you know, for a short season have had the upper hand. You know, the God of this world, Esau, versus the Most High Power Yahweh and his servants, his son, his servants, his son, and we're all sons of him, but he, Yahweh Shai, the first begotten, and you know, we're also his servants. You know, so you know the world within the world, we're within this world. So we're not of this, but we're not of this world. We're hey, we're ETs for real. We're ETs for real. We're alien, because alien means foreign to this world. You know, and you know, the elect, they want to go home. We seek a continuing city, you know, and it's coming soon. We seek. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I got to the point. This is actually the wrap up. The continuing a continuing city, Jerusalem, new one. Hebrews 13:4. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. You know, and it's coming soon. And when our deliverance, when you see these things, all these things, look up. Luke 21:28. When these things begin to come to pass, and look up for and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You know, and it's even because, you know, it's even closer than what we believed. Our deliverance. We going home soon. And then not only that, but this current setup is gonna pass away. And hey, you know, our kingdom is gonna be here on this world. It's not of this world, but it's gonna be on. It's not of this cosmos. No, in this current setup, it's of the next. Then when we believe, KJV, closer than when we believed, Romans 13:11, and that knowing this time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. You know, so with that, I hope this live was so with that, I hope this live was edifying. I want to give shit, what the hell happened to my window? It fucking shrunk down. This shit shrunk down. So with that, I want to wrap it up. I hope this live was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh. I hope this live was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash. Double honors. Hey, forgive me a spirit to do this live. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to my fellow Akim, bringing out this truth, you know, spreading it like wildfire, you know, out there on the highways and byways and on this information highway, the internet, and all truthfulness.
and in all sincerity. And shalom to shalom to the rest of the elect, the real sisters out there. Well, which includes them, but also the men that can't prophesy, they're disabled, but so because they're too disabled, this really wasn't their lot to prophesy. It just manifested that way, but they believe. They're the friends of the prophets, and the women and children who believe, who look like the people on the 12 tribe chart, so-called blacks, Latinos, and natives, and who look like the other nations, but go back to the same tribes as the people on the 12 tribe chart. Or go, yeah, you know what I mean, but be like unto the speckled bird looking like the other nations. Shalom, stay strong. We're almost out of here, and really, I say hopefully it's edifying to the elect, but it's gonna be edifying to the elect, you know what I mean, Shalom to the elect, stay strong out there, and Abba Ball, dead to Babylon. Abad, La Adawam, dead to these devils, these Edomites, the chief adversaries, Abad La Gawayim, dead to these heathens that take part, man. All the other nations take part in our oppression, dead to them, and it's coming. Esau gonna get the worst of it. Oh yeah, on dead to 2/3. Baruch Shah, Baruch Shah, Baruch Shah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Tawab Aman. Dawada Tawab Aman. Yeah, Esau Cain gang to chain gang. Death, the new death row, gonna be on death row in the chain gang for 1,000 years. You Edomites, and then that's death row. So death is coming next. Shit, annihilation by fire, man, by fire. The great Edomite bonfire at the end of the 1,000 years, and then the bonfire of Edomites, that's coming. Obadiah 1:18. Joseph shall be, how it goes. The house of Jacob shall be a flame, and the house of Joseph. House of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. And they shall devour all of the house of Esau, basically, yeah. To paraphrase it, and there shall be none remaining of the house of Esau. And the heathens, 1,000 years a slave, chain gang, worse conditions, but not the worst. Esau get it the worst. Worse than what we had to go through, which was bad. Esau gonna get much worse. And then back to your lands, but still a slave, but back to your lands. Think of it as being imprisoned and being in house arrest after for the rest of your life, the rest of your existence. But it's going to be way better than being under these devils, because instead of being under destroyers, you're going to be under creators. And 2/3 going to die a horrific death on this side, very painful death. Then the lake of fire, the most painful death, but many others as well. Lake of fire, the most intense, most painful. And then most long lasting, even though not forever, because the word there is aeon, which means an eon, era. And then you 2/3 are going to be reborn, as the sons and daughters of the elect. And you're going to be in your right minds, no longer going off, but you're not entering the kingdom, you're going to be born into it. No longer going off and all Israel shall be saved, no longer going off and, but, you're going to be ashamed of, not being not of scoffing and scorning and not believing in this truth. Going to be ashamed of that.
And I mean, especially I'll say you top sellouts, you celebrities, the most ashamed. It's gonna be levels to this, but all you 2/3 are gonna be ashamed. You know? Yeah, but yeah, with that, Shalom, stay strong. Um, stay strong. I hopeful elect out there, man. Stay strong. We almost out of here. Endurance to the end. Shalom and a Abba Babal and Yashrala. Yeah, Yashrala for Yashrala forever. Shalom.